seated, and for those of you at home, you can use a blanket if you have one to sit on, or whatever you have available if you have pillows. But we're using one blanket here, and we have blocks and a strap. If you don't have a strap, you could use an old belt, or you could use a belt from a robe, whatever you have around the house. You could even tie old ties together. And sometimes I've seen students use water bottles as blocks. So my brother has a water bottle there. You could use something like that if you didn't have a block. But get comfortably seated, and your legs can be crossed or they can be straight, whatever's comfortable for you, and you'll lengthen through the spine, and your hands will be on your thighs or your knees. And I want you to just focus on your breath here, and we're going to start with shoulder rolls. So you'll bring your shoulders up towards your ears as you inhale, and then drop them down and back as you exhale, and keep moving with the breath. And really squeeze your tension up towards your ears every inhale, and then relax that tension as you exhale. As you keep moving in the shoulder rolls, we'll do shoulder shrugs. So it's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is you slowly tense as you inhale, and then shrug your shoulders down as you exhale, so you drop them. And you inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Last one. And then relax. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. So let the left side of the neck relax. If you want to drop your left hand down to the floor, you can. You can also walk it back a little bit to deepen the stretch. So whatever feels good to you. Last breath here. Slowly bring your hand to your thigh, head to center, and we'll drop the left ear towards the left shoulder, and if you want to drop the right hand down and walk it back, you can. So again, focus in on your breath, so breathing deep in the belly, and if it helps to have your left hand come to your stomach, you can do that too, to remind you to breathe diaphragmatically. Slowly come back to center with the hand and the head. And I want you to bring your right hand and your left hand, actually just bring your hands to your shoulders. So hands to the shoulders, elbows out to your sides, and you'll start to circle the elbows on your inhale, reaching towards the ceiling, and then exhaling, dropping towards the floor. And you want to make the circles as big as you can comfortably with your shoulders. So as you move the arms, sometimes our necks tense. So if you feel your neck tensing, you can always move your head around. And then I want you to pause wherever you are and reverse. So exhale down, inhale up. Last time around. And then as you come down, relax, and we'll come on to hands and knees. And if you'd like to put a blanket underneath your knees, you can for more support, but the wrists will be under your shoulders, your knees will be underneath of your hips. On your exhale, I want you to round the spine, arching it towards the ceiling, and tuck your chin towards your chest. And as you inhale, drop your belly, open your chest, and look forward. So keep moving through cat-cow. As you move through cat-cow on your next exhale, squeeze your low belly towards your spine, and then relax your belly as you inhale. Keep soaking your belly. So squeeze as you exhale, pull in tightly, and then inhale, relax. Last full breath here. And then inhale, come back to a neutral spine. And I want you to round your toes under and press back into down dog, lifting your knees off the floor, your hips towards the ceiling. And start to pedal your feet in down dog. So really bending one knee and then straightening through the other leg. Let your head just relax forward. And you want to really press through each one of your fingertips and emphasize pressing through your thumb and your pinky a lot more here to distribute the weight more evenly in the hands. And then whatever leg you bend, I want you to just hold that and keep the opposite leg straight and just breathe here. Take a few breaths. Again, continue to press through your fingertips a lot more than the wrists. And then switch legs, so you're going to straighten the opposite leg and then bend the leg that was straight. And then bend both knees, come into child's pose, bring your hips towards your heels, give your wrists a break. You can move your hands around if you want to. Arms can either be overhead or at your sides, or you can bend your elbows and let your forehead rest on your forearms. And then come back up to all fours. So you're going to grab your block, and I want you to hold the block in your left hand and step your right foot forward. As you step your right foot forward, you're going to lengthen through the spine and let your torso hinge towards your right thigh a little bit. Whatever height you want to use, yeah, whatever's comfortable, that looks good. And I want you to reach your right arm out in front of the right leg. So just reach straight out in front, and this will be inhale. And as you exhale, sweep your right arm next to your right leg and back behind you. And keep sweeping the arm forward as you inhale, and down and back as you exhale. Your torso can lift a little bit as you inhale up, and then exhale, drop towards your thigh and reach back. As you reach forward, stay there. Mace, you want to bring your block higher now? And you're going to reach your right arm out to the right side of the room. And as you exhale, hug your right thigh and reach underneath of it. And then inhale, reach out to the right and up towards the ceiling again. Keep moving with the breath. Exhale, and then inhale. Squeeze your obliques on your right side as you exhale under, and then inhale, open. So you're squeezing your stomach muscles on the right side as you exhale. One more breath, finish on your exhale. Come to neutral and slowly bring your hand down, and we'll bring that right leg back. As you come to all fours, I want you to straighten your right leg back behind you and round your toes under. And you're going to either stay on your hands or you can come down onto your forearms, but I want you to press back through your right heel. And you can always walk your hands forward a little bit to get an angle, but you want to press back through the right heel, really getting a stretch down the back of your right leg. And your head is relaxed here, so you're not trying to really do anything with the head. Just lengthen through the crown of the head, neck is relaxed. Last breath here. Soften the right knee, bring it forward, come back up, and we'll switch to the lunge on the opposite side. So take your time bringing your left leg forward, block under the right hand. Block can be whatever height works for you, but you make sure your left knee is above the ankle And we'll reach the left arm forward out in front of the knee as you inhale, and then exhale, sweep beside the leg and back behind you. So inhale forward, exhale, sweep back. So really moving through the arm, getting into your shoulder. Last time forward, as you reach out, you're going to reach out to the left. You can make your block higher if you want. But you will exhale, hug your left thigh and reach to the right, and then inhale, open the left side. So squeeze your obliques on your left side now here as you exhale, and relax and fill your belly on that side as you inhale. Keep pulling your left knee towards your navel center, so don't let the leg open out to the left as you open your torso. You want to draw in with the leg to stabilize the hip. Finish here on the exhale. Come back to neutral when you're ready and bring your left leg back slowly. And you'll straighten your left leg back, round the toes under. You can stay on the hands or come down onto your forearms. And again, you can make an angle with the hands and the arms so you can get a deeper stretch here. But really press back to that left heel. Let your neck relax. Breathe deeply here. And then come back to center, bringing that left leg forward. And I want you to come onto all fours and put your block between your inner thighs, stance width. So you can do this on your hands or on your forearms, so it's up to you where you want to be. But what we'll do is you're going to squeeze on your block if you have one. And draw your low belly in, and you're going to round your toes under, and I want you to lift your knees just about an inch off of the floor as you exhale, and then slowly relax down as you inhale. So it's exhale, I lift my knees a little bit, inhale, I touch down and relax. So keep moving with your breath. Lift a little as you exhale, really squeezing your block and your low belly. Inhale, relax down. So mom, you can be lower than you're lifting. Like, I mean really like a little. Yep, perfect. So of course I'm going to have you hold on your next lift. So lift, don't hold your breath, breathe deeply, really try to press through your fingertips and spread through them here. Squeeze your block tighter, squeeze your low belly tighter. And press into the floor like you want to get away from it. So really press, press, press down through your hands. Lower down, yay, take the block out, child's pose, knees wide. Drop back, let your wrist relax. You can move the hands around if you want to here. And just sink towards the floor and let your body rest. And then as you're ready, slowly come up to all fours, and we'll make our way up to standing no special way. So just coming up at your own pace. So as you come up, you're going to step the feet wider than hips distance apart, and the arms are just going to rest at your sides, and you'll start to twist from side to side, letting the arms kind of flop from side to side. And let your heels lift away from the floor so your knees stay safe here. You don't want to keep your feet planted down. So heels lift as you twist. And then come back to center. And I want you to bring the feet closer together and bring your block, grab your block, and bring it back between the inner thighs, thinnest width. Check your feet out, look at them, make sure they're parallel to one another. And then look straight forward, just lengthen through the spine. Squeeze your block really tightly here and draw your low belly towards your spine. And I want you to bring your hands to heart center. So hands at heart, breath is deep, block squeezes on lock, low belly is on lock. You're going to keep your spine long, but I want you to bend your knees on your exhale and imagine you're sliding your back down a wall. And then pause when you can't go any further with the knee bend and straighten your legs. So it's exhale, you bend, slowly come down. Inhale, slowly come up at your own pace. So move with your breath. Try to imagine you are dropping your tailbone straight down between your heels, so you're not letting your bum sit back into chair yet. So that means having that pelvic tilt where you draw the low belly in and drop the tailbone down. As you come down, stay here. I want you to press your pubic bone forward. So press forward, stay here and breathe. Really squeeze your block tighter, your low belly tighter. And then sit your bum back into chair, hinging at the hips, bringing your torso forward. Pause here and breathe. Continue to squeeze your block if you got a little lighter on the squeeze. And we're going to inhale, reach our arms out to the side and up overhead. And then exhale, pull back to your heart center. Keep moving with your breath. Inhale wide, reaching overhead. Exhale, pull back to your heart. So keep moving. Keep focusing on that power deep within your core and your legs. Squeezing on that block and squeezing the low belly towards the spine. Last 2 times around, so 2 more breaths. Last one. As you bring hands to heart, stay here and breathe. I want you to bring your right hand to your left thigh, outside of the left thigh, left hand to your low back, and twist your torso to your left, gently opening the left shoulder. You don't have to look up towards the ceiling. You could look down or somewhere neutral so your neck is not tensing. But squeeze your block tighter and squeeze your low belly tighter and see if you can twist a little deeper from those squeezes. Last breath. Come to center, inhale. Bring your left hand to the right thigh, right hand to the low back as you twist to the right. Gently drawing your right shoulder blade towards the spine. Squeeze in on that block tighter and your low belly tighter and see if you can open your right shoulder a little bit more from those squeezes. Good. Last breath. Slowly untwist, straighten the legs, come up, relax, take the block out. Put the block to your side. So feet can be a little wider than hips distance, hands on your hips. You're going to do some hip circles. So I want you to soften your knees and you're going to start to circle your pelvis around. Doesn't matter the way you go. But the bigger the better.
Bring it around town.
Yeah, what were you saying?
Bring it around.
Bring it around town. And really stick out through your hips, your pelvis, your bum, really move around, and then pause and go in the other direction. It doesn't matter what it looks like, just keep doing it. The less you care about what it looks like, the better it feels, is what I usually say.
If your hip pops.
That's okay if your hip pops.
Yeah. Like popping out every time?
It feels like it's popping out? Well, it doesn't feel bad. Is it pain?
No.
Then that's okay. Just don't go so big in the circle.
I'm trying to show them what I'm working on.
Come back to center. And then I want you to step your right foot to the short edge of the mat, so the front edge of the mat, and you'll step your left foot back. So feet are on separate train tracks, not the back one behind the front. And you're going to bend your right knee above the ankle. So look at your right knee. You should be able to see your tiptoes in front of that knee. And if you don't, you want to walk your foot forward a little bit more. Good. So as you hold here, I want you to bring your hands to your heart center. Draw your low belly towards your spine, so really connect to your core stability and strength. And on your exhale, you're going to hinge at the hips towards your right thigh, and as you inhale, reach your arms out to the side and up overhead. So inhaling up towards the ceiling, exhaling, pulling back to your heart as you hinge forward. As you come down towards your thigh, I want you to stay here and breathe. Really dig back through the outer edge of your left foot, and both of your heels are strongly pressing into the mat as if you wanted to rip the mat in half. Your low belly did not relax, and if it did, draw it back in. Keep the breath deep in your belly. It is possible to do all of these things. So really a lot of power through your legs you should be feeling right now. Last breath. Slowly hinging, come up to center, step your left foot forward, move around a little bit and just soften. And then you'll step your right foot back as you're ready. Feet are on separate train tracks. Left knee is bent above the ankle. You check it out. You make sure the knee is above the ankle. You should see your tiptoes in front of your knee. Hands are at heart center. Draw the low belly in towards the spine and hold that engagement. As you exhale, bring your torso towards your left thigh, hinging at the hips, and then inhale, reach your arms out to the side and up overhead, and then pull back to your heart as you exhale. So flow with your breath, really get into your sides as you move the arms. As you exhale forward, stay here, breathe deeply. Draw the low belly in more. Dig through the outer edge of your right foot and both heels. Feel like you're trying to rip your mat in half. Your toes aren't death gripping the mat. It's a lot of pressure in the balls of the big toes and the heels. So the toes are just lightly resting on the mat. Dig back through that right foot a little bit more, outer edge of it. Slowly hinge at the hips and come up. And step your feet together, relax, move around a little bit in whatever way you want to. And then I want you to grab your block. And I'm going to have you both face the window, the left side. So face the left side of the mat. So you're facing the wide edge of the mat. Feet are parallel, and you're going to step your feet wide, about a leg's distance apart. Doesn't have to be that wide, it could be a little closer, but pretty wide. And your feet can stay parallel, or you can draw your toes in a little bit. But the block will be in your right hand, and you're going to hinge at the hips and bring yourself forward with the block down on the floor, and right hand on the block. And on your inhale, you'll reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread through. So exhale, thread your left arm underneath your right. Inhale, reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Yeah, your block can be higher. Okay. You can move it out more. Yeah, good. The higher the block usually allows you to open up through your chest and your top shoulder more. If you're feeling kind of limited here, make the block or whatever you're using a little bit higher. One more time, inhaling towards the ceiling, exhaling underneath your right arm. Pause at center and bring your left hand onto the block. And block is under the left shoulder, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, thread through. One more breath here. Inhaling to the ceiling, exhaling, finishing. And then coming to center, you don't need your blocks. Stay folded forward, clasp your hands at your elbows and let your head hang between your arms. And you can always walk your feet a little bit closer together, but you're going to bend your left knee on your exhale and lean over to the left. And then inhale to center, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend the right knee, lean over to the right. And keep shifting your hips from side to side as you inhale to center, exhale to the opposite side. Mom, you can bring your hands underneath you to clasp under down. So bring them in front of you and hands on the elbows. So whatever side you bend the knee this next time, hold here and breathe. Spend some time just breathing into this. You need to sometimes deepen the breath in the belly in a forward fold because it's a little bit challenging, a little bit harder to breathe deeply when you're folded forward. Come to center and then go to your right and stay there. Take a few more breaths here.
Just bend your knee or not?
Bend your right knee, yeah, you're right. Head is relaxed, nice. Inhale to center, bring your hands on your hips, bend your knees and squat down and hinge at the hips coming up slowly. Yeah, safely, slowly bend the knees, hinge at the hips and bring your torso, hinging, yep. And then slowly, once you're up, heel toe your feet back together. Huh?
That's not happening.
Oh yeah, well, move however you need to move to come back to center. So let's take our time. I want you to face the short edge of the mat again. And you're going to ground through your left foot. And I want you to really become stable through the left leg. Hands can be on the hips. And we're going to slowly inhale, lift the right leg up, and then lower and tap your toes back to the floor. Doesn't matter how high you lift the leg. You want to try to lift as high as you can. You might feel like you need to come off of the mat if you're on a mat, because even that little bit of softness can make it even harder to balance. You can use a wall as well if you are near one. Use it. So we're going to lift and hold here, and I want you to flex your right foot. So flex it, press through the heel, draw your toes towards your shin, nice long spine, and if you want, you can try to lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. So lifting up, really opening through your right side. Draw the low belly in, breathe deeply here. Yeah. Slowly lower arm and leg down at the same time, and then we'll release, move around a little bit. And then take your time, hands on hips, ground through your right leg, and slowly lift when you're ready, the left leg. You'll bend the knee and inhale up, exhale lower. As you move, draw your low belly in for stabilization. So you're really squeezing within your navel center, low belly. You may notice from one side to the other, one side is usually more challenging than the other side. So notice what side this is for you. When you lift, stay here and breathe. Flex the left foot, really draw the toes towards the shin, squeezing low belly. And if you want, reach the left arm up. And really exaggerate your reach, like you're trying to touch the ceiling with your fingertips. Especially that middle finger, really reaching, reaching, reaching. Breath is deep, breath is really deep here. And then lower left arm and leg down at the same time, slowly. Relax. Yay, good. And then take your time, we'll come down to the mat, and I want you to, we're going to do legs up the wall. So if you want a blanket under your pelvis, I'm gonna come around and set you up. So come off of your mat. And you're going to come into this sideways. So you sit to the wall sideways, and then you'll slowly lift and pivot.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter how close your bum is, but just as close as you can get it. And Mace, if it feels more comfortable to be further away, if your legs feel tight here, you can come further. But let your hands rest on your belly, so either really at your navel center or out at your sides if you feel like that's more comfortable. But you can close your eyes and start to bring your awareness to your breath. And really have a focus on your breath in your hands. So breathing diaphragmatically, just as a reminder, with the hands resting there. That's where we want to send our breath. Notice the support of the floor beneath you and the support of the wall. And allow yourself to really rest into that support. Notice the sounds within the room and outside of the room. And also notice any thoughts in your mind at this moment. So being aware of all these things that can be a distraction, acknowledging them, but allowing them to pass out of focus again, and always bring your awareness back to your breath anytime you get distracted, no matter how many times that is. Your breath is smooth and without any pause to it. Cora, come here. Lay down. Hey, lay down. It's fine, I can blank this out. Cora, lay down. Come here. Come here. Mason's sleeping. So slowly start to deepen your breath here, and I want you to bring the legs wide, wherever is comfortable. Just bring them a little bit wider. If you want to go a little bit wider than that, you can, but not to a point where you feel like, oh, this is too much of a stretch. So just allow yourself to settle here. Don't worry where mom's legs are. Just settle in. So continue to focus on your breath, breathing into wherever you're feeling the stretch. And then when you're ready, bending your knees and bringing the soles of the feet together in butterfly pose. So the knees are wide, but the soles of the feet are at your pelvis. Yep, perfect. And just let yourself settle here. So let the inner thighs relax, open. You'll notice as you settle here, sometimes the feet will slide on the wall. Let them slide down. If they slide down, don't try to hold them. Last deep breath here. And then you'll bring your legs slowly together and roll to your side away from the dogs. And take your time coming up to a comfortable seated position facing the short edge of the mat.
Turn towards the edge.
Perfect, just like that. We'll bring our hands to our hearts and take a moment, and we'll bow towards our divine light to seal in our practice. Namaste. Thank you.